Now, usually when you hear that beat, you think of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. But did you know that this is actually the music that was in 2001, A Space Odyssey, a Stanley Kubrick film based on 1968 about man versus machine in deep space? Welcome to Lex Anderson's world. And in tonight's episode, you will be at the movies with Lex Anderson and my movie reviews. So, yes, 2001 Space Odyssey, quite a classic, even though a lot of us think of that as, woo, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Shout out to Brother K, big time Ric Flair fan. You can find him on Instagram at 930 views. So that's 930 views. All right. So yesterday I went to the movies to check out The Mule and Bumblebee. And what I found very interesting was that, well, I was talking to someone and they were like, you know what, Lex Anderson, you should post a movie review about it. And I'm like, why the hell not? And what I also found interesting, which is the reason why I'm making this movie review, is I talked to a lot of people who had seen all the Transformer movies, but yet people were hesitant and even apprehensive of seeing Bumblebee. Some people had even said it's whack. So after seeing it yesterday, I will give Bumblebee 3 stars because obviously, people running around or running away from robots that are fighting, you'll probably get killed. And in a lot of the explosion scenes, you definitely would have ended up dead versus just coughing like, what happened to me? Concussion at minimum, or being concussed at minimum. But here's the thing for my movie review in regards to Bumblebee. When it comes to the Transformers franchise, period, as a fan, as an old school guy who grew up and shed a few tears when Optimus Prime had been killed in the cartoon movie, yeah, we're going way back here with the Transformers. Here's the thing. When it comes to Transformers, there's only one script you need, or 2 to 3 factors. Here it is. Big robots do battle on planet Earth. That is it. You have the Decepticons who want to take over the planet and enslave us or destroy the planet to make it, viable for the way they lived on Cybertron. And then you have the Autobots who are here as the saviors of mankind. And the thing that I find the most interesting is that you're not going to get an award-winning script on Transformers. For all that, you could see, those movies that come out during the fall, winter, well, more during fall, if you want a good scripted movie, because obviously summer's about adventure movies. And with that being said, Bumblebee delivered. He came through as a soldier on a solo mission to hold it down until Optimus Prime and the Transformers could come down and set up base on Earth. What more could you want? What more could you ask for? It delivered the battle scenes, it delivered the explosions, and I believe Angela Bassett made history by being the first female voice of one of the Transformers, which was a Decepticon, which I am not remembering the name, which kind of threw me off too in the movie because they had the ability to turn into cars and jet fighters, which leads me to another thing about a staple in Transformers. In case you haven't noticed, when it comes to all movies in regarding aliens who are hell bent on taking over or destroying Earth, it's that our military, despite the advances in the beings that are landing on our planet, our military has the ability to handle it, which I find hilarious, as well as you too, as well as you should as well. Think about it. There is a planet of robots who turn into fighter jets, but yet our military has the capability of going toe to toe with these guys, at best standing toe to toe until the Transformers come to save the day, which is quite hilarious, honestly. Because if a Decepticon can turn into a big fighter jet, then it should be able to wipe out almost all of our military, especially the aircraft carriers. But yet, it's always scripted that the white man, the military, and our technology have the ability to stand up to robots who are pretty much walking, talking weapons. Amazing. So that's hilarious. And on to my next movie review, which was The Mule with Clint Eastwood, which is based on a true story of an old man who his flower business went out of business due to the advances of the internet. So in order to make ends meet and provide for his friends, family, and loved ones, he starts becoming a drug mule for the cartel because he has an excellent driving record and has driven across 41 of 50 states here in America. You can't really beat that. Hopefully, I'm not giving too much away, but it was a good movie based on real life. And again, I'm old school. I'm a big time Clint Eastwood fan, as he's old Hollywood, which means he's probably sitting on a, put it like this, the people who don't show where their cribs are, you can only imagine. I mean, like Clint Eastwood, come on, make my day. Does anyone not remember that? Dirty Harry, like, give me a break. Like, he's truly a legend, and he looks pretty good for his age. I think he's like 90 something at this point. But tip of the cap, shout out to Clint Eastwood. The Mule was a great movie, good ending, and drug cartels do what drug cartels do. I'll just leave it at that. But you should, if you're a mature person, you should definitely check it out for yourself. And another thing I would like to add, since people have been asking me about it, is, excuse me, while I just adjust this. There we go. My hair. Is that people have been asking me, are you going to see Aquaman the movie? I represent the Marvel Universe, MCU, and X-Men. I have no desire to see Aquaman, even though I heard the graphics are great and all this. I was never an Aquaman fan. People have teased Aquaman, and the only people who are probably going are the women because Aquaman. I don't even know his name as the actor, but I keep seeing him on my Facebook feed and his physique and stuff like that, and they make memes of him. So I'm sure it's women who are dragging their boyfriends to see Aquaman, honestly, because outside of now, don't get me wrong. Even though I do represent the Marvel Universe, I have seen Superman and Batman. Didn't go to theaters to see Superman versus Batman because I heard it was horrible, which it was. I did unfortunately go to the theater to see Suicide Squad because it had kind of a cult following, and I'm thinking, hey, what could be better than bad guys being told by the government that they have a job to do, and of course, if they fuck up, the government's going to wash their hands of even knowing them. But unfortunately, it turned out to be a horrible Will Smith movie midway through. So that was a dud. However, I'm not going to lie. I went to Suicide Squad because the actress who played Harley Quinn, oh my God, so fucking sexy, so fucking hot. In those little short shorts and the camisole top with the midriff and swinging a bat and her pale white skin. I'm like, it gets no better than that. And of course, the red lipstick helps too. Nothing is more hot than a psychotic, intelligent woman, right? I mean, like, if I'm wrong, please drop a comment below and let me know. So, and of course, that following year, a lot of wannabe women dressed up as Harley Quinn for Halloween, and some didn't pull it off that well. There were a couple of cute ones in Comic Con, which thanks to my boy Seabread, you could check him out at galtzconditioning.com. Spelled like salt, but take out the S and put in a G. galtzconditioning.com. He looked out for me. He got me my first ever Comic Con tickets here in New York City in Jacob Javits. I had a blast. And boy, cosplay, sexy females in outfits, I'm all for it. However, there were a lot of Wonder Women who are actually men. So, not, I'll just leave it at that. Hey, but whatever, right? Comics, fantasies, comic books, cosplay, I'm all for it. Especially having grown up in the age where I used to be teased as being a nerd for reading comic books, but now everybody and society has changed where it's now a $1 billion industry. It's very lucrative for Marvel. And of course, Comic Con has grown by leaps and bounds. This I know because people who complain about having been able to pick up the tickets at a comic book store now have to dance through hoops of fire to even get one ticket. So it is what it is. But I thank my boy Seabread for the experience of a lifetime. I enjoyed it. And, who knows where I'll go from there. But I tell you where I will be going from there. I will be going to check out Captain Marvel because, again, Marvel's putting out another great movie that is just simply putting nails on the coffin in terms of the DC universe and their characters. Well, thank you very much for hearing out my movie reviews. If you like what you're hearing, drop a comment below. Let me know what Marvel Universe, X-Men, or DC movies you're a fan of and who your favorite superhero is. I know mine's is Spider-Man. So until next time, YouTube community, thank you for tuning in. This is your boy Lex Anderson, and thank you for movie reviews with Mr. Anderson. Until next time, live long and prosper.